Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the Saturday action from the 2025 PGA Championship. Round 3 yesterday, May 18th, Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte. And, well, it was a quiet day, really setting things up for Sunday, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the big story has to be Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
Just an exceptional performance, really stamped his mark on things. And the course, it felt like a proper major test out there.
Okay, yeah, let's get into Scheffler's round then. A 65. Wow. 6 under, that gets him to 11 under overall, and gives him that 3-shot cushion over Alex Noren going into the final day. What really stood out for you in that round?
Well, his composure, definitely, but especially that back 9, a 32 coming home, and, birdieing 17 and 18. Those are just huge.
Yeah, notoriously tough holes.
Exactly. And it's not just making birdies, it's when he made them.
Yeah.
He mentioned himself, didn't he, how much momentum that gives you right at the end of a tough day like that. Statistically, his approach play under pressure, it's just, well, it's a difference maker.
And that momentum feels even stronger when you look at his record, right? 7 for 7 now, leading after 54 holes, including 2 majors. That's pretty dominant.
It really is. And you look at the stats in the report, 13 of the last 14 PGA winners were leading or, within a couple of shots going into Sunday.
Yeah.
So history is definitely on his side.
It does make you wonder what that mental edge is, being out front like that.
Yeah, it must play a huge part. But like you said, it's not over yet. What about the chasers? Alex Noren, right there with him in the final group at 8 under. That's quite the story.
It really is, considering he just came back from injury, finished, T51 last week?
Yeah, exactly. To jump from that to the final pairing of a major, I mean, that takes some serious grit. He said he felt fortunate, but, well, maybe that's underselling it a bit.
Maybe a little. You do wonder, can he keep that level up under Sunday pressure after being out?
That's the big question, isn't it? Could fatigue or maybe just the intensity catch up? Then you've got Davis Riley and J.T. Poston, 4 back at 7 under.
Right. Still in touch. Need a big day, obviously. But if Scottie, falters even slightly.
They're right there. And then lurking just behind them, some big names. Jon Rahm at 6 under, Bryson DeChambeau at 5.
Yeah, you definitely can't count them out. Rahm sounded pretty honest about his game, didn't he? Said his swing wasn't quite peak Rahm, but he's still hanging around.
Which just shows his fight,
Yeah.
Grinding out a score even when things aren't perfect. That's impressive in itself.
And DeChambeau, oh boy. That double on 17, hitting a 9-iron in the water there, that's got to sting.
Oh, massively. It just shows how fine the margins are, doesn't it? He called it a dumb double, and you can just imagine the frustration. One slip on a course like Quail Hollow, and it can cost you dearly.
Kean Bradley's also there at 5 under, and he mentioned something interesting about wicked mud balls still being an issue on those closing holes.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Even if you hit a good shot, if you pick up mud, suddenly the ball flight, the roll, it's all unpredictable. It just adds another layer of, chaos to an already tough finish.
So you're not just fighting the course, you're fighting the conditions, the lies.
Constantly. No shot is straightforward.
Okay, let's look at some of the numbers from Saturday, because they really tell the story of how tough it was, don't they?
You really do. The scoring average was 72.5, so like a shot and a half over par, basically. That tells you everything you need to know about the setup and conditions.
And the pace of play. 5 hours, 33 minutes for those last groups. That's a long time to stay focused.
It's grueling. Mentally,
Yeah.
physically, it all adds up. And that finish, holes 16, 17, 18, collectively, 77 strokes over par.
77, just brutal. Shows how pivotal that stretch is.
Absolutely. And interestingly, the par 3 sixth, really low percentage of greens hit.
Mm-hmm.
And even the drivable 14th didn't give up that many eagles, only 4, I think.
Yeah, so even the seemingly easier holes had some teeth on Saturday, maybe the wind, tricky pins.
Could be a combination.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had the weather playing its part again, more delays.
Right, the thunderstorms pushed the start back quite a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, delayed things by over 3 hours. They had to go out in threesomes off 2 tees just to try and get it finished before dark.
Which they just about managed, but it finished really late, past the TV window. Must have been frustrating for everyone.
For players, for fans, yeah. Just adds another element of disruption to manage.
So if we sort of pull back and look at the big picture from Saturday, what are the key takeaways? It definitely felt like the pressure ramped up.
Oh, for sure. You could feel the shift. The report mentioned it. Summer conditions, the wind was up, pins tucked away, and just that major championship pressure building. It was a real test.
And that Scheffler quote about patience seems really relevant here, doesn't it? You just can't force things on a day like that.
Spot on. You have to pick your spots, manage the tough stretches, and Rahm's comment, too, about flaws being exposed on the big stage.
Yeah, good point. No hiding place when the pressure's on like this.
Exactly. Even small misses get magnified.
Okay, so looking ahead to Sunday, Scheffler's got the lead, a handy one, but there's a decent pack behind him. The course is tough, weather's been a factor. It really does set up a potentially dramatic final round.
It absolutely does. Classic major setup, isn't it? Strong leader, capable chasers, demanding course.
Yep.
Sunday should be fascinating.
Definitely. And for all of you wanting to catch the final round drama, here's the broadcast info. In Germany, Sky Sport Golf kicks off at 6:30 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Over in the UK, it's Sky Sports Golf from 5:30 p.m. British Summer Time.
And for viewers in the U.S., ESPN Plus has the early coverage starting at 1:00 p.m. Eastern. Then the main CBS broadcast begins at 2:00 p.m. Eastern.
Right, and that final group, Scheffler and Noren, they're due off at 2:40 p.m. local time in Charlotte, which is 8:40 p.m. for viewers in Germany.
Yeah, this deep dive into Saturday really just highlights everything we love about major golf, doesn't it? The skill, the pressure, the unpredictability, all eyes on Sunday now.
Indeed. And maybe here's something to think about as you watch it all unfold. Consider that mental game, handling the pressure, dealing with the unexpected twists and turns. It's so often what separates the winner. So which player out there do you think has shown the best ability to manage all that consistently throughout their career? Something to ponder as the final round plays out.